Okay, so this is the 1949 Ford F-5 with the 239 flathead V8 engine. Still on 6-volt system with the generator and even the oil bath air cleaner. So this is pretty much all original. That's an aftermarket fuel filter. Still the original oil filter canister there. But super great shape. The original owner lived in Butte, Montana. And he bought this thing when he was about 30 years old. And it was used as a well drilling rig, so there was a rig on the back of this that they took off that was run by a gas-powered motor independently. But this is PTO ready, as I could see on the transfer case, or the transmission I should say, since it doesn't have a transfer case. The grill is in perfect shape. Original paint, only 19,000 original miles on it. This thing is in such great shape. Interior. That came out of a newer truck, probably an S10 or something. You can see the welded brackets after, but they put some carpet in here. Real clean. All the gauges work. Everything's in great shape. And it's got the big old 9-foot flatbed on the back, which is cool. I love old dually trucks. And this one is so solid. There's like zero structural rust, just a little bit of patina rust, but nothing that's damaging. Those tires have some rot. They could use new tires. Those aren't going to last too long, but I mean, they've probably been on it for the life of the truck, close to it. Big Sky Montana mud flaps. And this little ladder, you can pick that up, move it somewhere else, over there if you want. So that's kind of nice. You can move it around to the sides. It's got these brackets that come out. Nice, so we can put some running boards on there. And I think I might do that before I sell it. But nice straight frame, straight flatbed. Everything looks real nice underneath. Very solid. The brakes do need some bleeding, so I'll have to do that. Or there might be a slow leak on the brakes somewhere. I'll have to figure that out. And there's a parasitic drain in the electrical, but I mean, look at that thing. That is such a cool truck in such pristine original condition. Even the doors work. The windows roll down. Great shape. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. So I think it's a 3-speed. I have to check again. It might be 4 with like a low gear. And then it's got the high and low shift on the rear axle. It seems to be stuck in high. I've tried shifting it to low and it seems to disengage the transmission, so I got to figure that out. But yeah, e-brakes in. I can feel there isn't really any resistance on the brakes, so I'm just going to keep that in for now before I drive it. So key to the on position. This is my choke. I've got it about halfway right now because I was running that a bit ago, but check this out. Look at that, it starts right up. And I mean, it's only got 19,271 original miles on the original motor. That's it. And that's why that engine purrs so nicely. Let's go take a listen. There's a little bit of noise over here from one of those pulleys. That engine is so quiet. So incredibly smooth. I actually took out the thermostat on both sides just so I could get better flow so it stays cool. 6-volt battery, got the reverse holes on it. I mean, listen to that. Aside from that little pulley that's making a little bit of noise, the engine just sounds so good. Man, that is so smooth. I love that. It's got this old non-synchro transmission, so that's definitely a learning curve. I had a bit of a hard time driving it, but you have to basically double clutch it when you shift, and you have to be right at the right RPM to get it in. Downshifting's the hardest. Going up isn't that bad. I've had a hard time downshifting, but you know, I'll get used to it. I've got the old 51 right there, F1, and I've gotten pretty good at driving that one. This one's almost a little bit more difficult, but God, that engine runs so smooth. I love it.
So this is my brake booster and my master cylinder, and you have to fill it from inside the cab. So I'm gonna pop that open. There's actually no, that's just the carpet. So I'm gonna pull that back. I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna make sure that's full, and then make sure I've got brakes before we drive it anywhere.
Okay, so yeah, I opened that up. I didn't have quite the right size socket. I used a 30 millimeter and it came off. It's slightly smaller, and it's going to be a metric or standard. You can see the brake reservoir is totally empty. So I wish carpet wasn't really in the way. It might drop a little bit of sediment there. I'm trying to be careful with that. I'm going to put some brake fluid in there. Fill it up and see if I can get that fixed. Alright, now I've got some resistance on my brakes. Feels way better. So let's see if I can drive this thing home. We'll see. Okay, I'm not going to go into real low gear. I'm just going to go into first. Oh, that went in nice. Okay. Let's go. Moving forward. Alright. We're moving. Still a little spongy on the brakes. What's that? Jumpy at first. Brakes are still a little spongy. I didn't bleed them all the way. I just put in fluid. They do need to be properly bled. Probably add some more fluid actually now that I've got it in the lines. All my gauges work. Temperature is good. A little warm. Battery good. A little under, I guess that'd be 6. Oil's good. Great pressure on the oil. Looks like I'm about out of fuel. I'm just going to take a look under the hood, make sure everything's good before I drive. What I just realized that I am out of coolant because I drained the radiator when I changed the thermostat and I didn't put more coolant in, and that is something I need to do before I drive it. So we're gonna do that.